Hi everyone, welcome to our Why Choose Hydrophilic Coatings webinar by the Hydromer Coating Specialist team. We just wanted to say thank you for everyone who is attending and anyone who is going to be watching the link after we get done presenting today. So we just wanted to go ahead and start by thanking everyone for being here. So we're going to go ahead and get into our Why Hydrophilic Coatings slides. We're going to be talking about today who is Hydromer, an introduction to hydrophilic coatings and hydrophobic coatings, applications for hydrophilic coatings data, and why hydrophilic coatings. So a little bit about Hydromer. Just wanted to go in a little bit about our 40 years trusted, backed by, some of our largest customers that we've had for a very long time. Our founder, Manfred Dyke, formulated one of the very first hydrophilic coatings that was ever to be on the market around 1970s, and then came up with Hydromer. So our mission is to empower our customers' products to be ahead of their time and ahead of the competition through collaboration, extensive expertise, and innovative and sustainable solutions. We deliver superior customized polymer-based solutions, so we create or modify coating formulations to adhere to a lot of substrates. We've not really ever had any issues with any substrates that we take on as a project. We're very proud of that, and we've had a lot of success in that area. We also offer contract custom coating services, customized coating equipment, contract manufacturing, and turnkey operations for those of you who want to do everything in your own facility. We're an FDA and GMP ISO certified production facility. That's really important. Not many people can say that they're FDA and GMP and ISO certified, so we're very proud to say that we are there. So getting into our next slide, we'll talk a little bit about our presenters. My name is Nikki. I'm the marketing manager for Hydromer. I've been with Hydromer for about 3 years now, and I'm very proud to bring this presentation to you. We also have Zilka, who's our global sales manager for industrial coatings. She's been with the company for around 22 years now, and she is very well versed in what she sells, which is the industrial coating polymer side, as well as the hydrogels. And we have Matt, who's the global sales manager for medical device coatings, who will be talking to you today about all of our medical device coatings. And then we have our VP of sales and marketing, Ravi, who is exactly what he says he is. He is the VP of Sales and Marketing. His background is actually coatings, and so yeah, we'll be getting into a little bit more about that later on in the slides. So we'll go ahead and start with our introduction to hydrophilic and hydrophobic coatings. What are they, and what is the science behind them? I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of vocabulary today for words to know, things that will help you guys get through this PowerPoint presentation so that you guys can be just as knowledgeable on some of the vocabulary that we're going to be using throughout this webinar. So our first word is hydrophilic, then hydrophobic, lubricious, contact angle, dispersion, and friction and particulates. So hydrophilic, what does it mean? Simply, really, it means hydro means water, philic means loving. So hydrophilic is defined as loves or attracts water. Just like you see dogs love water, they swim in the water, they get really excited whenever they're around water. We are using them as an example here because we know that dogs do love water. So they materials occur naturally or they're made synthetically. Most of our hydrophilic material becomes lubricious in contact with water, which means it can be very slippery when wet, which is what lubricious means. And then also it can have some anti-fog and condensation control properties as well. So next slide, we have hydrophobic, and hydrophobic means hydro, again water, and phobic means fear or hate. So you see this cat out here on this little dinghy, he doesn't want to be there, he hates the water. Most cats do. So they repel it and they hate it. So hydrophobic means to have a fear of water or hate water. These also occur synthetically or naturally, and hydrophilic materials do not become lubricious because they do not bring in the water and disperse it on the surface. So our next slide, contact angle. So contact angle is really important when we are deciding if it's hydrophobic or hydrophilic. It's basically a measure of the amount of wetting and spreading of liquid onto a surface, measured through the liquid where a liquid vapor interface meets a solid surface, forgive me. The contact angles ranges from 0 to 180 degrees. If the contact angle is smaller than 90 degrees, the solid surface is considered hydrophilic, and if the contact angle is larger than 90, the solid surface is considered hydrophobic. So here you see a water droplet on a surface. The hydrophilic surface is, you can see, less than 90 degrees, and it kind of disperses out and pulls away from the surface. As you see, the hydrophobic here is greater than 90 degrees, and you see it kind of sticks on the surface and raises up because of that contact angle is very high. So the droplet becomes more up in the visual side. So we get into the importance of the contact angle. Why are we interested in this contact angle? Because the hydrophilic contact angles at or below 90 allow water to be absorbed onto the surface and dispersing it evenly, also allowing it to become lubricious. And that just takes away, wicks away water from the surface of either a device or a substrate, which can actually make it dry. And that'll give you a visible clarity through whatever device that is that you're looking for. Hydrophobic contact angles of greater than 90 repel water from the surface, therefore not dispersing it. So you would have to actually wipe it away or tip it over. As you can see, this droplet here sitting on the gray surface is hydrophobic because it's not moving anywhere, it's not sliding off, it's just staying in that one spot, and which actually causes your field of vision to be impaired, as well as it does not become hydrophilic in a sense that it doesn't become lubricious, so it's not slippery when wet. Dispersion. So this really just means an even distribution of liquid on a surface. As you can see, this dog is, giving the ducks the what for. And in this, as you can see, they disperse, right? So what you want is a even dispersion of liquid on a surface, because then you get, like we said before, a clear field of vision, and the surface becomes lubricious. So friction, we'll use that for our testing later on so you guys can understand friction a little bit more. It's a force that resists the sliding or rolling of a solid over one object over another. So friction, in our business is typically not good. You don't want to have a lot of friction or high friction whenever it comes to testing and your product or device. And as you can see here, this cat's clawing into the tree. I can assume if he was sliding down, it would be very, very slowly. And then we have last, particulates. So particulates are known as particles, or particulate matter, is suspended particulate matter, are microscopic particles of a solid or a liquid matter. And we'll get into that later as well whenever it comes to testing and what particulates are. They're not typically good. You want to have very low particulates, just like the dander here shedding from the animals. You don't want any dander, right? So you want that hair and that dander to stick to the surface of what it's supposed to stick to, which is your animal, and not to come off and float around in the air. So we'll get into that a little.